Have you ever noticed that one person who can fix literally anything? Your Wi-Fi stops working? They somehow bring it back to life. Your chair breaks? Give them 5 minutes and suddenly it's stronger than before. Your bad mood? Somehow fixed too. But here's the real question. Why are some people naturally wired to solve problems while others panic when the TV remote stops working? The psychology behind people who know how to fix everything is actually fascinating, and it goes way deeper than just being handy. First, these people usually have one major trait. They stay calm when chaos shows up. While most people see a problem and think, "Oh no, this is a disaster," fixers think, "Interesting, let me see what's going on." Their brain treats problems like puzzles, not threats. It's almost like their mind says, "Challenge accepted." This mindset often comes from curiosity. People who fix everything usually grew up asking questions like, "How does this work? What happens if I open this? Can I repair this myself?" Yes, sometimes this curiosity also led to accidentally breaking things first. Because let's be honest, you can't become the family repair expert without destroying at least a few chargers along the way. But failure doesn't scare them. In fact, they often learn best by trial and error. Psychologists call this high problem-solving confidence. Basically, they trust themselves to figure things out, even when they don't immediately know the answer. And that confidence is powerful, because when most people face uncertainty, they freeze. Fixers? They experiment. They press buttons, watch tutorials, grab tools, test solutions. They believe almost everything has an answer. And honestly, they're usually right. Another key psychological trait is patience. Fixing things requires the ability to tolerate frustration. Imagine trying to repair something complicated, like tangled wires or a broken sink. Most people would give up halfway and say, "Yeah, I'll just call someone." But natural fixers keep going. Not because it's easy, but because their brain is motivated by resolution. They get genuine satisfaction from solving issues. For them, fixing a broken fan can feel as rewarding as winning a small battle. That's because problem-solving activates the brain's reward system. Every small success gives them a dopamine boost. So basically, they're getting mentally rewarded for not giving up. Which explains why some people can spend 3 hours fixing something worth $10. It's not always about saving money. Sometimes, it's personal. Now here's something deeper. Many people who become fixers also develop strong independence early in life. They may have learned that if something went wrong, they needed to handle it themselves. This builds self-reliance. Over time, they stop waiting for rescue and start becoming the solution. Psychologically, this creates resilience. Instead of feeling helpless, they feel capable. And capable people naturally approach life differently. They don't just fix broken objects. They often become emotional problem solvers too. They're the friend who helps during crises, the sibling who solves family tech issues, the coworker who somehow handles impossible situations. Basically, they're human toolboxes. And yes, sometimes this can be exhausting. Because once people discover you can fix things, suddenly every broken lamp, phone, or life decision becomes your responsibility. Hey, since you're good at solving problems, congratulations. You are now unpaid technical support forever. But humor aside, this ability often comes from a combination of intelligence, persistence, adaptability, and emotional control. These people are usually flexible thinkers. They don't obsess over one failed method. They simply try another. That mental flexibility is crucial, because real problem solving isn't about knowing everything. It's about staying open long enough to figure it out. And that's a huge psychological advantage in life. Interestingly, people who fix everything also tend to notice patterns quickly. They recognize causes and effects better than average. For example, if one small part stops working, they instinctively search for the root issue. They don't just treat symptoms. They investigate systems. This systems thinking mindset makes them excellent in many areas: technology, relationships, business, and even personal growth. Because whether it's repairing a machine or rebuilding confidence, the principle is similar. Find the problem, understand the cause, apply the solution. Simple, but powerful. Of course, not every fixer is born this way. Many become skilled because life repeatedly forced them to adapt. Challenges can train the brain to become resourceful. So over time, solving problems becomes second nature. In a way, these people often transform stress into skill. And that's something truly valuable. So, The next time you meet someone who always seems to know how to repair, rebuild, or resolve almost anything, remember, it's not just practical knowledge. It's psychology. It's curiosity over fear, persistence over frustration, confidence over panic. They've trained their mind to see solutions where others see obstacles. And in today's world, that might just be one of the rarest superpowers of all. Because knowing how to fix things isn't really about tools. It's about mindset. And sometimes, the people who fix everything around them are also the ones quietly holding everything together.